Hello everyone, my name is Suhaili and today we'll be discussing the Kirby-Bauer method investigation using two bacterial shapes, E. coli and the S. epidermis. The purpose of this lab was to determine how effective different antibiotics are against these bacteria and to identify whether the bacteria are resistant, intermediate, or susceptible to specific antimicrobial drugs. In this experiment, I tested two antibiotics, which is the tetracycline and the bacitracin. My apologies if I said it wrong. And I also used the control disc that contained no antibiotic, so I could compare the results and I will be able to see any inhibition bacterial growth that was caused by any antibiotics themselves. So basically, how I start to begin the procedures, I make sure I label each of the agar plates by the name, E. coli and S. epidermis. And using a sterile technique, I use some cotton swabs and I pretty much cover the whole plate, making sure I didn't leave any space. So I was just making sure, rotating, making sure that was all covered. And I spread it across entire surface. This created a lawn that allowed me to observe how the antibiotics affected the bacterial growth. I did place the disc of antibiotic. I had the tetracycline, like I mentioned, bacitracin, and the control. So I tried to create around the plate, give them some space. That way they didn't interfere with each other. And then once I did that, I carefully let it in incubation for 48 hours. During the incubation, I could see some bacteria that didn't react to the antibiotic, meaning that the bacteria was resistant, and then some of them that will react, which means they will have like a shield against the bacteria itself. I will show you my results. Again, this is not 100% accurate with the books. Everyone can have a different name, but all we worry about is the charts of the measurements we have as a guidance. So I'm gonna bring mine and I'm gonna show you. For example, I have some little notes in here. I have the E. coli, for example. You can see tetracycline. On tetracycline, I was able to see that the bacteria is susceptible. The actual size in mm that I got in my end with my measurement ruler was 31 mm, and it basically means that the bacteria is susceptible. It did the work. As you can see, it's basically a great shield. But then with the B10, there was no shield at all. You can see there was basically no shield. So this is resistant. This antibiotic, which is the B10, bacitracin, is resistant. So now I'm going to show you how I was able to get the S. epidermis. And B10 seems to be susceptible. And in my opinion, first, I thought it was a smaller comparing the other one, but anything greater than 16 in bacitracin is susceptible, and my actual measurements were 21. So it's basically susceptible. And then for TE, which is tetracycline, resistant. So this was my results so far. I hope this helped. You guys have a great day. Any questions, feel free to comment below. Bye-bye.